Hello there, dear listener. We are nearing the end of the third season of No Man is an Island, and have 3 more exciting episodes to go. We want to take some extra time to really polish these before we release them, and we'll give our protagonists in that chronicle the week off. Instead, we will bring you the first episode of our Patreon bonus series, the cult scenario Frozen Moments. Frozen Moments has now concluded, and you can binge all 4 episodes of that, as well as our other Patreon bonus series, Teroticum, Fallen Angels, Clavis Inferno, The Judas Grail, and the Atrocity Exhibition for KULT, as well as Emissary Lost for Coriolis, right over there on Patreon. All this by backing us at the $5 level. This helps us keep the show going, and we really do hope to see you join our community over on Patreon. For now, enjoy Frozen Moments Episode 1, and please look forward to No Man is an Island continuing on Friday next week.
It is a hot summer evening in downtown LA as 2 individuals make their way through the muggy evening towards a small cafe. The cafe is known as the Mortal Coil. It's a local hangout for a lot of aspiring novelists and poets, musicians, and all the people who like to hang around with those sorts of folks. Low-key, designed for chatting, drinking coffee late into the night, and being inspired to artistic endeavours. The walls are covered in posters, the lights are down low, there's some jazz music playing on a radio somewhere in the building. 2 individuals are walking into this establishment. Why? They're here to meet an old friend of theirs, Mr. Robert Bullis. Robert Bullis is a journalist. At least, he calls himself a journalist. The truth is, he's more of a local tabloid writer. He has small articles published in a tabloid called The Whole Truth. It's largely a gossip magazine, normally telling stories of grisly murders and government conspiracies, alien landings, ghost stories. Not exactly a pedigree newspaper. But that's what Robert does for money. He does want to be a writer. He wants to follow in the steps of some of the greats. His favourite writer is Edgar Allan Poe. He loves his poetry and old-school horror, but sadly at this point in his life, Robert hasn't quite yet achieved worldwide fame or recognition. In fact, he hasn't published anything beyond these little tabloid stories. He's just too pernickety about his work to actually ever let anyone see it. Even you. 2 friends of his. Even though both of these individuals are friends of Robert's, they haven't seen him for years. He's been rather busy chasing some sort of story you'd last heard. Something in the papers. Again, some big murder, and for some reason he was very invested, and he's pretty much just been investigating it this entire time, and you haven't heard from him. And at the end of the day, both of you have your own lives to live. So it was rather strange when he suddenly gave you a random phone call, mere hours ago, begging you to come and meet him at the old spot. Whatever reasons you have for going, you decided to go. And now you are arriving at said cafe. Our first individual entering from the hot night air is a man known as Spencer. Spencer, who are you?
Well, the thin man you see before you is wearing a dark jacket, camo pants, and military-style beige boots. He's got a buzz cut, and his lips are dry and cracked. My name is Spencer, though most people call me Zoomy these days. Things, they didn't work out so well for me after the service, you know? So I started self-medicating, to take the edge off. It's kind of all I do these days. I mean, it's not so bad. Nobody tells me what to do. I get to fly again. I mean, in a different way from before, but still. I'm free. Yeah, free. Still have a place to stay, it's, still have furniture. Not gonna last forever, I think, but, maybe it doesn't matter so much. It's the here and now. That's what matters. Getting this phone call, I don't know. Maybe it will lead to something. Maybe I can get some money from it. That would help, I always need money. Always need money.
How, Mr. Zumi, do you think you know Robert? Why are you friends, in any sense of the word?
We went to high school together. We're buddies there, Before all the bad shit, Yeah. We used to hang out together, Bike around on our little bikes and explore the world. So yeah, we were tight back then. And, I guess he's remembered me. He's been trying to save me, I guess, and hasn't given up on me yet, apparently. So, that's good.
Behind you is another man. It's quite possible that at this moment in time, you do not know this man, Spencer, but maybe soon you will. This other man is known as Aaron. Aaron, who are you?
Yeah, I'm hot dog seller. I sell hot dogs. That's not all I am. I come into the cafe and I'm wearing a brown jacket over jeans and one of these long knitted Mexican style hoodies, the one that kind of are supposed to look like something native, but I don't actually know if they were around when the natives still exist. It's a complicated thing, but that's what I'm wearing, and it's got all these fancy patterns and things. And did I mention I sell hot dogs? Used to be a driver, used to be a taxi driver, but I don't know, I started experiencing some weird things when I was driving. It was really weird. Suddenly there were people in the streets that I had to brake for, and then they weren't there. So that got kind of dangerous, and so I had to change my profession of what I do. I know Robert. We were friends in upper primary school. We were really good friends. We used to do these fun things where we made cassettes. We recorded us speaking and sounding like we were news reporters, and he would be usually the journalist and interviewing me, and I would be different kind of people. It was really fun. And we haven't hung out that much, except when we got older, we got this fun kind of reconnect where I used to drive in places. I drove us places. We went to the beach and sometimes out into the wilds, the forest and stuff like that. I saw, I think there was this one time or twice, I don't remember exactly how many times, that Spencer actually came with us, because I kind of recognize him, I feel like. I'm not completely sure, but was that? It might have been him.
It might have been him. Again, as you're entering behind this man, there is something familiar about him. Spencer, you maybe notice someone coming in behind you, and you turn and you see this man, Aaron. Does he seem familiar to you in any way, perhaps?
Maybe. My memory isn't what it used to be. But sure, yeah. Hey, I've seen you before, right? You're also here to see Robert, huh?
Yeah. I thought maybe I recognized you too, because we used to do these drives, me and Robert, into the, we were going to the national parks and stuff. Weren't you on one of those?
Yeah, I think I might have been, yeah. Oh, hey, you're, I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Burkhouse. you are... wait, don't say anything. You're Spencer, aren't you? It's Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer, yeah, Spencer. Hey.
Yeah, okay, yeah, now I recognize you. It's like, man, yeah. Time's been hard on all of us, right?
Yeah, it's tough times. So Robert, is he around? I start looking around. I want to. This conversation's a little bit uncomfortable, but maybe once we meet Robert, then it will kind of be all right. So I'm looking around for him very actively.
You scan the crowd. It's not that busy at the moment. There's 2 or 3 guys sort of just reading a newspaper by a table to the left. There's some women at the back, a couple of guys over there, and oh, there you go, at the very far end of the cafe, in a darkened corner. There he is. You can tell him right away. His gawky 5'9" frame, lanky legs, long arms and pale skin make him look very much like Death in a cheap suit. Still, it's his bizarre sense of humour and his personality that normally wins people over rather than his physical appearance. If only he'd stop talking about serial killings. Then again, it's been a few years since he's been ranting to you about that sort of thing. He always got rather into that sort of stuff. He wanted to write books about it. Not that he ever did. Not that he can't write. You actually remember, again, knowing him since school, that he was actually pretty damn good. It's just he doesn't have that attention span, that willpower to actually finish stuff. Probably why he does these little tabloid stories. But yeah, there he is over there, smoking a cigarette, drinking something, coffee probably, looking around quite anxiously, and he sees you, and he kind of just stares for a moment, and then just kind of motions for you quickly to come over.
Yeah, I do that, and I take out a crumpled pack of cigarettes, and I light up immediately, seeing how others are smoking as well, and I kind of need something to take the edge off. It's been a little bit of a while since my last hit, so yeah.
Yeah, I just as Spencer turns away, I feel a little bit awkward, just in the middle of the conversation that he did that. But I mean, we're here to see Rob. I wonder how many friends. Maybe he's invited like a whole party of people. So I glance over Spencer's shoulder as I start moving into the cafe.
As you glance around, Aaron, you don't see anyone else near his table. Again, most of the people in here are kind of near the front exit. There's a fire exit. Obviously, there's a couple of waitresses. And you do see someone who looks like they're about to come in, but they don't. And it's strange. They're a rather odd-looking individual. Bright blue eyes. A sort of very old-fashioned trilby hat and a big coat, and they kind of just stare at you, and then they move on. And you don't really know why this seems so stand-outish to you, but for some reason it just seemed very strange catching the eyes of this blue-eyed man who was looking in, and he's now walking away.
Yeah, that makes me feel really awkward too, because I thought to myself, maybe that's another friend of Robert, and I should have said something. Maybe he thought it was too crowded. Maybe I made him completely uncomfortable there. I get half an impulse to go out and talk to the guy, but I don't. I turn back and I see that Spencer's now going over to Robert's place, so I go there as well, looking half at the menu, half at Robert.
You both arrive at the table eventually, and Robert ushers you to sit down. Hey, hey, Spencer and Aaron, hey, you remember each other, right? You've met before, right? Of course you have.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We just talked about that. Spencer was with us on one of our trips, right? when I was driving a bit more.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, actually. That's true. That's good. That's great. How are you? Are you good? You good?
Yeah.
He kind of smiles and then just looks behind him and then looks to the fire exit and then back at you two.
Yeah, I'm good. Really nice to see you again, man. It's been a while. You've been busy, right? With you've been sniffing down the track or of something.
He kind of tries to smile, and you see him just clench his fist a little, and then he takes a massive drag of his cigarette. You could say that. Yeah, I've been looking into some things. Well, what about you, Spencer? What are you doing these days? It's been a while. Sorry for the call.
No, it's cool. I've just been taking it easy, trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. Just enjoying life. Life is great. Life is great.
Oh, that's great, man. That's really great. Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the corner, and you can come by anytime. I'll treat you to some free. Hey, are we waiting for someone else? There was this other guy about to come in, and I felt really awkward because then he didn't. I don't know if I.
Who? Did someone follow you?
No, it didn't follow me. It's just this really stark blue-eyed guy with the trilby hat.
It's just you two. You sure the guy didn't follow you? Where is he?
No, he turned away just when I walked in. Is someone you know? Or?
No. Fuck. No, it's fine. Right? Spencer, what do you think? You've got a good you instinct.
I instinctively start to, reach for my piece that I've hidden in my pants. And I just make sure that it's there, in case I gotta defend myself. I didn't actually notice anything, but heck, if there's anyone dangerous, maybe we should, go somewhere else,
Hey, are you okay, man? You look a bit pale. Did you find something like dangerous, or is this kind of CIA?
If you want, Aaron, you could roll an intuition roll.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a 9.
So, yes, sadly, as you try quite in a friendly manner to get something on Robert, you kind of just come across quite obvious in this. What exactly were you trying to find out?
I was getting scared for myself in a way, if he's got something weird going on. I don't know if it's some kind of CIA thing. He can probably notice me quite obviously just kind of balancing on my chair for a bit as if I myself was wanting to leave and maybe glance towards the emergency exit as well.
He looks at you, his eyes widen, and he says, It's okay, Aaron. It's okay. I know. Look, you need to keep an open mind, okay? That's why I called you. You always had the most open mind. Remember, I told you all sorts of crazy shit, and you'd always believe most of it. So that's why I need you. And Spencer, yeah, good boy, good man, because we're gonna need that. You're gonna need that. You are gonna need that. Okay. He takes a very long drag of the cigarette, clearly trying to calm himself. He reaches into his pocket, his little bedraggled suit jacket, and starts pulling out a brown envelope. He kind of makes to open the envelope and then stops. Okay, I suppose I should start from the beginning. Right. Yeah. I've been looking into something. That's right, yeah, I've been looking into it for a year and a half now. Maybe 2 years. Did you, you remember anything about, it was in a lot of big newspapers, he says with a slight hint of annoyance. The Hacksaw murders. Yeah, a year or so back. Yeah? In the city? About 5 or 7 victims? No?
Yeah. I think I read about that. I like reading the newspaper. That was terrible. That was horrible.
Yes, you would remember this, Aaron. It was in all the big papers. There was a horrible collection of serial killings called the Hacksaw murders. This was because the victims had all been murdered with some sort of saw-like implement, sawed into pieces, as it were, and scattered all over various parts of LA. It took about 7 or even 8 victims before they found the guy. Someone, you think they were like a school teacher or something. Suffice to say, it was then a closed case. That's what you would remember.
Yeah, that was awful. All the stuff they had to do collecting the pieces and so on. But they got the guy, didn't they?
Huh. They got the guy, did they, Aaron? They got the guy, really? Really, Aaron?
Sorry, maybe I forget. I look really sheepish and I stare down into the cup of black coffee that I ordered.
You, Spencer, go on, give him a little hand here. You're better than Aaron when it comes to actually thinking. Come on, the guy left no evidence. Every single case was completely random. And then suddenly, I don't know, this Christopher Narn, a school teacher. Oh, it's him. Fucking did you see the trials? That guy barely even knew how to hold a gun, never mind hack bodies up.
The cops, they need to find someone guilty, otherwise they can't close the case. It'll make them look bad. So yeah, sometimes innocent people have to pay. That's just the price of the system, really.
Wow, you think that some innocent guy got caught for it? Is that what you found out?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, come on, man. His case went through in less than a week. Less than a week for that level of case. A lot of people were getting elected. A lot of people were getting new jobs. No, I definitely thought something was up. So I started digging. I've been digging and barely hit anything for a while. And you know, he pauses. You know that one of the victims was my half-brother, George. Did you know that? Maybe you didn't. You maybe didn't know that. Maybe I didn't mention it. It's been a few years, hasn't it?
Shit, George is. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. If I realized at the time, I would have reached out, man. I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
It's fine. It's fine. He's my half brother. Well, he meant something to me, and yeah, he's dead. He was victim number 3. Yeah. So fuck. I decided. Fuck. I need to find out. And no one wanted to hear from me. No one wanted to know. Not even the paper wanted to know. That they were interested when the murders were happening, but the second they were case closed, right? It was all fine. But no, I knew it wasn't Christopher Nance. So I looked, and you know what I found? Do you know what I found? They said every victim was random, right? They were, like one random waitress, my half-brother, a guy, who was just traveling through town, but I found out one funny thing. Every single one of them, had a court infringement. One guy, he was done for speeding. The waitress, I think some sort of illegal gambling thing or something. My brother, he got a parking ticket one time. All those things by themselves seem fucking meaningless, yeah?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They all had a court hearing here in LA, and they were all the same judge.
You thinking the judge is connected with it somehow? That
Judge Jeremiah Creed. You heard of him? Right bastard.
Yeah, he's got a pretty bad rep. He's not the kind of guy that strikes as some kind of vigilante for petty crimes.
No, sure, why not? But he's connected to all of them. Took me a long time to work out every single one. At one point, had been in his courtroom and been given a hearing, from like a proper thing to even just a fucking parking ticket. But he every single one. So finally, he was back in town because he travels a bit. But he's back in LA, and I just this week I went and got an interview with him. And by interview I mean I just went to his office, got in. I pretended, a little bit of lying there, but I went in and I confronted him. I said, hey, what the fuck, Mr. Creed? How are all these things connected? What do you know?
You didn't say that exactly, did you?
I mean, in retrospect, that was probably a little stupid, but that's the thing. I felt I had something. I felt something, because he got pissed. At first, it was all calm, and of course, I'm crazy, but he started getting really angry, and that, when they start getting angry, you're onto something. Just by poking at the bee's nest, I found something. I must have, probably. And I took some photos. I, snapped him acting angry, and he kicked me out of his office, and then, and it's at this point he then pales and starts smoking heavily again.
I look nervously between him and Spencer.
I'm taking a long drag on my cigarette as well. This doesn't sound good. It sounds dangerous and doesn't sound particularly, profitable. But at least not yet.
He opens the envelope. He quickly puts some stuff out onto the table. Look like photographs. A couple of photographs and then also a little note. He pushes forward the photographs first and says, "Okay, this is the big part. So you could look at the photos now, and I trust you both. I trust you both. Zumi, Spencer, you know what's what, and Aaron, you have an open mind. That's why you're here. I want you to look at the photos I took, and you tell me what you see, and maybe then we'll find out if I'm fucking crazy or not. Okay? So you just have a look. Have a look."
Sure.
Yeah. I start leaning over the photos, and I mouth out of the side of my mouth like, "Well, you should publish something. If you publish something, they wouldn't want to go after you because that make it look bad."
Which of you looks at the photographs first?
Well, I take them and I start kind of just putting them down on the little cafe table in front of us, kind of trying to shield so that no one else is looking in. Now that it seems so sensitive, the whole thing.
You pick up one of the photos. Black and white Polaroid, taken from his camera that he likes to have around his neck, although you notice he hasn't got it on him right now. The first one does indeed seem to be in some sort of office. It's taken at a bit of a slant, and you see a very large man in a very fancy suit, square-jawed, military buzzcut style hairstyle, looking angry and sort of gesturing at the individual taking the photo, you assume, to get out. Do you pick up another one? There's about 3 or 4 photos.
Yeah, I look at that. Note that he seems angry, and I'd get that. Yeah, and I just hand it over to Spencer.
And Spencer, you see the same.
I look at the next one.
Pick up the next one, and it's very similar, just taken a few, maybe seconds later.
I'm trying to look at that, like, what am I trying? What am I supposed to see here, Robert?
Robert is silent. He's just staring at you, clearly implying to keep looking.
I give it my best to try and look at this photo as if something weird was in it.
We can't see anything weird at all. Just an angry-looking man telling someone to get out of his office. You're already quite worried. You definitely think Robert, being who he is, just barged into some sort of judge's office somehow and just randomly started screaming abuse at them, and maybe now they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I mean, the normal kind of trouble when you do that is with the law, and I don't know, that happened to journalists. It's a free country. I'm a little bit worried, but he'll get you fined or something. I don't know if I believe this whole story yet. I just hand the photo over to Spencer and I look at the next one.
I studied the photos as well, trying to see if I see anything different there. I mean, is there anything?
No, just some hurried Polaroids taken of a very angry-looking, slightly big-built man. And you pick up the third photo, Aaron, and you stop. You squint. Something's wrong with this photo. There's some sort of weird blurring in the middle, and it must be a misprint, because something's happened to... In this one, the man, Judge Creed, his face has been distorted terribly. It's like his mouth is a great void with a long tongue snaking out from it. It's also made him look much bigger. It's blurred together his proportions, surely, because he kind of looks like a mass. Just a mass of flesh with a tongue leering out. And it looks very silly. It's very silly. He's misprinted the photo. That's what's happened. That's a misprint.
I first just flinch a little bit. Ooh, that looks pretty terrible. I mean, if you hadn't gotten this so blurry, I I hand it over to Spencer.
Spencer, you see the same thing. A very odd misprint or smudge, or maybe it didn't develop right because now the man's proportions make no sense, making him look like some weird blobbish slug or a thing with teeth and a mouth. But again, it's clearly, I mean, he is a largely built man, so it must be that he misprinted this, or the photograph blurred too much. That must be it. It's very unsettling.
Fuck, this is like something out of a bad trip. I immediately put it down. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Robert pushes the fourth photo. It's very similar. Again, just a slightly different angle. Yeah? Did you see that? You see that? What is that? What is that? You tell me. What is it? What the fuck is it?
It's the judge. He looks, looks like some kind of monster. Ooh, that's really.
Oh, you can see it too. Oh, thank fuck. There you go. You can see it as well. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I start to look at the. You know, when he reacts like this, I turn the photo back up where Spencer has turned it down, and I look between the third and the fourth, and I just try to look at the background and everything else around him. Does that look like sharp and blurry? Is it just him that is weird?
Actually, yes. When you look for where the blurring should occur, everything else in the photo is actually perfect. It's just the judge, just him.
Did you do anything to this? I mean, it's like...
Oh, did I do anything? Aaron, did I do anything? I'll tell you what I did. I reprinted and redid in the black room 7 times. Each photo, 7 times. I've redone. And that's it. That's the photo. I haven't done anything. That's me redeveloping the photo.
I kind of reach out my tongue as a gagging reflex hits me. Something must have gone wrong. I mean, people don't look like that. That's I don't know. Or maybe you could give it to newspaper and they'll make some kind of fun article about that. But it's not particularly funny.
Yeah. I got this last night as well. After so some people broke into my home. They broke into my house. While I was out, they searched, trashed everything.
No.
Yeah. Broke in my house, and then I got this little note here, and he hands you, Aaron, a little paper note, which simply says, "This will be useful. I will expect payment. Talk more soon. A friend."
Useful? What did they take? The photos?
No, they took most of them, but luckily I had, backups, but they took most of what I've been doing. And of course, I keep some stuff at the old, he looks at you, Spencer, and says, the old drinking hole. I keep stuff there, you know that, but they don't know that yet, but I think I'm being followed because you see that note? That came with something. A video cassette.
Really? Did you have a look at it?
Yeah, I did.
What was on it? My interest is really piqued here. This is a real freaking mystery. It's cool.
Judge Creed and a couple of guys in a room, couple of cops, and they're just killing her, one of the victims, Jennifer Caller. Victim number 5. Video evidence of that, and now we're here, and I'm talking to you too. So what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do, guys? What do we do?
Oh, wow. So you mean that? Wait. Get this right. They broke into your place, looked the place through, made a mess, and then left a tape. Like they were looking for something. And
no. Then the note that came later in the evening. That came later. I don't know who sent that. No idea who sent that. Someone did.
Wow, you're onto something. You're really onto something here, Robert. That's really scary shit.
We gotta get someone to print this. We gotta get someone to put it out there.
But we can't just go the regular newspaper. We just what we can because I think I don't know who's. If it's Judge Creed, people work for him. Lots of people in the police. Which one? Which one's not in his pocket.
Can't you send it anonymously? Somehow.
Maybe I could send it anonymously. But then are they going to believe it? And how's that going to protect us? And also this guy, whoever sent the video, wants money. I don't know how that's going to work out. Fuck.
I look at Spencer.
What if we go somewhere else, like San Francisco or San Diego or whatever, just not here, right? I mean, if it's true what you're saying here, then the judge is like connected and everyone in LA is going to be on his side, right? But what if we went somewhere else? Maybe that would be safer. I mean, it'd still be a great story taking down someone like that,
That's good. I'm sorry I called you guys. I needed some other voices. I needed some help, and I knew you two would come, and you did. You came.
Yeah, of course, man. That's. I mean, in a strange kind of way, I'm really excited for you that you made all these discoveries. But yeah, I like what Spence said. Spence, can I call you Spence or just?
Oh, sure. Whatever, man. It's fine.
Yes. So like what Spence said is we get out of town and maybe you even like. I mean, maybe I don't know if it's too much. Just you could always apologize and like pretend that you're off the hook. You made a mistake and so on. I mean, if they're trying to intimidate you. Because whatever they found or took from your place, it's not like you had any. Do you have any hard evidence except from this?
That's a good point. No, okay, I like this. So what? You know a way of getting us to San Fran quickly, Spencer? Like now?
I mean, hopping on a plane would be the fastest way. Yeah, it's pretty far by car. So
plane. Okay, I hope you've got some money. I haven't got much money for a plane ticket.
I've been saving up a little bit. For emergencies.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're gonna just do one stop, where, because obviously we need to get the video. I haven't got that on me. I'm not a complete moron. And yeah, that's great. Let's go right now. And he quickly moves to get the photos back in the brown envelope, although you notice he doesn't quite get the note. And Aaron, you don't know why, but you just pick that up. That note, probably to help, or it's just like an instinctual reaction that you pick up that note. And as that's happening, Spencer, you just get a feeling. Back of your neck, your hairs go up. It's a feeling you felt before when you served, when something was about to go down. And it's because you have a little bit of training and a little bit of instinctual awareness compared to the other two, that you just turn your head and you can see the three men who were sitting in one of the booths starting to stand all at once. Two other men and women standing by the fire exit. And you get a little feeling. What do you do?
Shit, I don't think this is safe. We gotta get out. I try to look around, try to figure out how do we best get out of here. I mean, there's a lot of people. Are they all in on this? Are they all out to get us? How can we get out?
Roll perception.
That is 7.
Well, you get to ask your question.
What is our best way through this? How do we get out?
Your brain starts moving into gear quickly. Are they blocking the fire escape? Okay, they're blocking the fire escape. Then there's only one way out. The front door. You need to move now. You need to start running. I mean, that has to be it. Get outside, because of course if they're inside, but what if they're outside? And there you go. That's what you've got to do. What do you do?
Come on, we gotta go. And I just start booking it out of the place, just panicking almost. I probably rush into a table on the way out, or one of the other guests. I'm just trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. I do not want to get fucked here.
Oh shit! What the hell, man? I just see him running past me as I pick up the note from the table, thinking we can't leave this behind.
Robert just looks shocked and confused, and you, Aaron, are a little confused as well, as Spencer has just barreled outside, back out onto the street. As he does so, two of those men attempt to stop you, Spencer, but you crash through them. You've done it. You're outside. And that's where you see the 7 men with large, very large guns, SWAT armor, beginning to surround you. Down on the floor now! Down on the fucking floor!
Oh, fuck. I I know better than to try to do something. I'm not going to die here. So I move slowly and I go get down on my knees and I just do what they tell me. I don't want to get killed here.
And you do so. Immediately you are disarmed and two men come from behind, cuff you and smack you in the head with the back of one of the rifles. It hurts a lot and you go down. But you stop moving and you know that you are now being arrested. Aaron, men are outside, and you then notice in the cafe a whole bunch of people you thought were just customers are now holding guns on you, telling you to get down on the floor, get down now.
Shit. I just start to shake where I stand. I'm trying to hold my hands up. I feel my knees are kind of buckling by themselves, and yeah, please don't shoot. I didn't do anything. I start to slowly get down on my knees.
And again, you are down on the ground, being cuffed. You don't get a hit on the back of the head, though. You hear Robert yelling, crying, "Wait, what? We got rights! What the fuck? And he's very quickly being read his rights by one of these men as he's being taken outside. It's all very confusing. There's police cars now, flashing lights, noise, chaos. But you do hear a bit, Aaron. You do hear being taken in for murder. Murder? What? Murder? He's being taken in for murder? And as he's being taken outside, he's clearly the one they're interested in. Spencer, you notice now that you're just being held down while he's being taken to one of the cars. But he does see you, Spencer. And you just see him kind of look panicked, confused, as you're looking up from the ground, and just say, The old spot! Poe knows! The old spot, Poe knows! Yeah? Poe knows! And then he's shoved into the police vehicle. You, then Spencer, are brought up onto your feet, and a man looks at you, covered in SWAT gear. Sir, you are being taken in right now. You are being taken in as a suspect in what's going on. Do not resist. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure.
Get in the vehicle now.
Yeah, I'm not resisting. I want to get through this. But fuck. This might be it. I mean, shit. I start to feel panic, and at the same time, I feel the craving, you know? It's been too long, and I really would need a hit right now if I could just get a fucking hit.
And you are taken into a different vehicle. Finally, Aaron, you are let out as well. Same for you. In your case, a woman saying, Sir, again, anything you say can be taken as evidence. We are now taking you in. Please do not resist.
Yeah, sure. I try to look down, because it's like this all feels overwhelming. It feels like something out of a weird nightmare or dream. It doesn't feel real. I can't really connect with what's going on. It's like those times when I used to see really strange, weird things when I was driving, and now this is not completely like that. It just feels as surreal.
It is surreal. It's like a scene from a film. This many police at once. It's like something you see in a cop drama, and yet here they all are, and you're all being taken away. And then things calm down a little as you're put in the vehicles and driven, although it seems Robert has his own vehicle. The both of you have been put together, and you are driven down to the police station. It seems things haven't gone quite according to plan. Who would have thought the night would end up like this? You are thrown in some cells. No explanations given. They're not really even that interested in speaking to you. And both of you are now in a holding cell by yourselves in what you assume is the nearest police station. What do you two do?
Shit, Aaron. What the hell? Do you think... Was it all true? Is that what... Because I kind of think that might be what's going on.
I don't know, man. Hey, can I get some water, please? I'm really thirsty.
No one responds.
I don't know. What if murder? Do you think Robert did something that he's not telling us? Maybe he hurt someone. Maybe he's like, if his half brother got killed and he got this evidence, he got that tape, seeing the judge and that. Maybe he just, came to conclusions, and what if he went and killed the judge, man? He just said he broke into his office. What if he actually went and killed him?
I mean, like, it's possible. I mean, I guess. But you know him. I mean, he's not a bad dude.
No, but family, like someone like that, someone close like that. He's been going at it for a while, so maybe he's like getting all worked up and manic about it. Anyone can snap.
I guess. Or what if it's all true? I mean, what if we're actually dealing with something weird like that, I mean, that would also make sense. I mean, not the whole premise, but I mean, like, what if the photo what if there wasn't anything wrong with it? What if it was real and everything he said was real and
No, that can't have been real. That was like, you were looking like that, some kind of monster. That can't be real. Come on.
You've heard stuff, right? I mean, aliens and shit like that, it could be anything.
But, used to be this time I used to see really, like, weird things, and sometimes it looked like similar, just horrible stuff. That's why I couldn't drive anymore. We stopped going for rides, and also I didn't have much, in common with Rob, so I saw things, and some of it, just looked fucked up.
There you go. I mean, look, I've had a bad trip or two, and I've seen stuff that didn't make any sense. It could be real. I mean, like, this is too fucked up, right? I mean,
what do you mean? Like we were in some kind of nightmare, or that? And what if it is? I mean, what are we gonna do about that? We should just get the. They're gonna look. They're gonna release us, okay?
Well, they don't got anything on us. We haven't done anything, so yeah, they're gonna release us for sure.
So they'll release us, and Rob is gonna. Like I said, I don't know what actually happened. What if he actually did something, and.
But he's our friend, We should try and help him,
What can we do?
If we get out, I mean, then we should see what we can do, Check out. I mean, he said something. He kept talking about the old spot and Ponos. I mean, there must be something there. And I start to try and jog my memory about what would that be?
The old spot. The old spot. Wasn't that... Well, he used to call the old spot... Doesn't he have, like, an office somewhere? Like, not an official office, but he just, when he was more into his being a big rider, didn't he rent out a place? And to be fair, most of the time you just go there and smoke and drink. Years ago, though. Years ago.
Yeah, you remember that place where we used to go? Maybe it's there. Maybe there's more to learn there. Maybe we could find out more there.
He said it hid the tape, right? It hid it away, so it's probably in the old water hole or something.
Yeah. So, we go there, we get it, hop on a Greyhound, and we go to someone who can do something with it, We've got to get out of LA, that's for sure.
Okay, so, whatever Rob has or hasn't done, right? It's George. I mean, did you know George, his half-brother?
I think I saw him at the house, when we were growing up.
Yeah, so can we kind of we owe it to him that at least the real proof gets out into the light, right? I mean, I don't know if Robert took the law in his own hands, he won't be able to produce this evidence. What if we can find some kind of really good lawyer, someone really good that might like do pro bono cases from time to time, or maybe I don't know. I don't have that much money, but. We find someone, and they'll help us, get this done the right way.
Yeah, maybe the judge has some enemies or something, someone who wants to take him down.
Yeah, exactly.
The door to the cell you're in opens quickly. Police officers enter. More standard uniform, at least, as opposed to SWAT gear and large guns. One of them is a older man, big brown beard, looking at you quite wearily. Detective Chambers. I need to ask you two a lot of questions, starting with you, soldier boy, he says, looking at you, Spencer.
Sure, of course.
And you are taken away to a cold grey room with a recording device, clearly about to be asked a lot of questions, while you, Aaron, are left alone in a cold cell in the middle of the night. It's not a pleasant experience.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the scenario Frozen Moments for KULT, using the rules from KULT Divinity Lost. Frozen Moments was the introduction adventure for the second and third edition of KULT, released in 1997 and 2004. The music was made by Atrium Carceri, featuring a number of collaborations with other artists, and was used with permission from their label, Cryochamber. Check out their website at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for some moody, dark ambient. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Nastasia Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Ludwig Manford, Bob Lange, Julián, Cameron, Ryan F., Xabier, and Daniel for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want early access to our content and to hear raw versions of our recordings right after we've done them, or get your name announced as a champion of the Red Moon, do check out our higher level tiers on Patreon. It's a great way to get more Red Moon role-playing in your life and to help us keep the show going. Thank you again for listening. And remember, death is only the beginning.